They say fake news is a modern problem. But what if I told you the phrase might be new, but the strategy is over 200 years old? Because long before Twitter, before cable news, before press conferences, there was a man on horseback who controlled the narrative of an entire empire. And his name wasn't Donald Trump. It was Napoleon Bonaparte. Yes, that Napoleon. Military genius, emperor of the French, and, what most history books forget to mention, an absolute master of media manipulation. Let's rewind. The year is 1805. Napoleon's army is marching across Europe, and the people of France? They're reading newspapers full of victories. Big, glorious victories. Enemies defeated, cities liberated, the French flag waving proudly. But here's the thing. Some of those victories never actually happened. Some were exaggerated. Others fabricated entirely. You see, Napoleon didn't just fight with cannons and cavalry. He fought with words. He understood something that modern politicians are only now learning. Controlling the narrative means controlling reality. And he wasn't subtle about it. Shortly after becoming first consul, Napoleon slashed the number of newspapers in Paris from over 60 down to just 4. The rest? Shut down, silenced. He said, "A journalist is a grumbler, a censorer, a giver of advice, a regent of sovereigns. He must be guided by the government, or he must be eliminated." That's not fake news. That's no news, unless it came from Napoleon himself. He created the bulletins of the Grand Army, official military reports filled with heroic language, patriotic fervor, and carefully crafted victories. The bulletins would say, "The Austrians have fled in terror. The French soldiers sang songs as they marched through liberated towns." Meanwhile, in reality, battles were brutal, messy, and sometimes uncertain. But who would know? The only version of events that reached Paris was Napoleon's. Fast forward 215 years. A man in a suit walks up to a podium. Flashes from 100 cameras. He points a finger at the media and says, "You are fake news." The crowd cheers. His name? Donald J. Trump, President of the United States, businessman, showman, and, depending on who you ask, a genius or a disaster. But here's something no one argues. He dominated the media. Whether you loved him or hated him, you couldn't ignore him. Every headline, every tweet, every press briefing, engineered to shift attention, stir emotion, and keep him at the center. He called the press the enemy of the people. He said reporters lied. And when the truth was inconvenient, he created a new one. Alternative facts, his team said. "It's not a lie," Trump insisted. "It's just how I see it." Sound familiar? Now, let's compare. Napoleon controlled the media. Trump attacked the media. Napoleon eliminated critical voices. Trump drowned them out in noise. Napoleon's bulletins were one voice, his. Trump's Twitter feed, a fire hose of unfiltered messaging. And the results? Napoleon built an empire of belief. Trump built a movement of distrust. Both used emotion over evidence. Both weaponized patriotism. And both understood this truth. Perception is more powerful than facts. But here's the twist. Napoleon fell. Trump lost an election. And yet, their messages never really died. To this day, historians debate Napoleon's legacy. Was he a liberator? A tyrant? To this day, Americans argue about Trump's truth. Was he a savior? A liar? A victim? And the media? Still in the crosshairs. Here's the uncomfortable truth no one wants to admit. Fake news works. Not because it fools everyone, but because it tells people what they want to hear. Because in every era, people don't just want facts. They want heroes. They want villains. They want a story. And Napoleon, he knew how to write it. Trump, he knew how to tweet it. Different tools, same strategy. Different centuries, same game. So, who really invented fake news? Napoleon weaponized it. Trump rebranded it. But maybe it wasn't them at all. Maybe it was us. Because fake news survives as long as there's someone willing to believe it.